But I did film a more spoilery vlog that I will release closer to the actual release date of the book, just because that feels, you know, appropriate. So the spoiler vlog is coming. If you're a patron, it's available now. Link to that is in the description. It's like $3 a month. What's up, BookTube? It's Monty, and today I'm back again with another video. We're going to be talking about Jade Legacy. Now, I'm going to talk about this in the most spoiler-free way that I think is possible. So, if you have not read the first two books, Jade City, Jade War, we might unintentionally discuss some things. I will leave a link up in the cards to my video. I think was I wearing the same outfit? I don't know. I busted out the Nikon for this video, trying to switch it back up or revisiting the bed behind me with the fairy lights. I don't know if I like this. I feel like my face is... So we also had to bust out the foundation. So like, who knows? But this is what we're doing this week. But I will leave a link, like I was saying, to my other video on my experience with the Green Bone Saga up in the cards. If you just don't have the time to go watch that, just a brief recap, I gave Jade City 3 stars and I gave Jade War 4 stars. I just want to get this out there that Jade Legacy is, I think, very spiritually similar to Jade War. Without getting into specifics, without getting into spoilers, Jade Legacy is a more slow story. It does deal with themes of, you know, what is a legacy, not only of our current pillar of the No Peak clan, you know, Hilo, and him trying to, you know, figure out what his legacy is, but we talk about Lan's legacy and the grandfather's legacy and just even the legacy of the One Mountain clan, no, the One Mountain Society, which eventually led to the formation of the Mountain Clan and the No Peak and all the other smaller tributary clans. So like we, you know, legacy on like a large scale, but also legacy in terms of like what is a country's legacy. So we are still dealing with the Kekanese diaspora in Hispania. We also get to visit Shotar in this installment, and then we also discuss a lot. I always pronounce this country wrong. I think it's like Itarian. There's like a Y and a G and a U. Like I don't know. I need a pronunciation guide for that one. But we also discuss them as well, and like the legacy of even the Many Nations War. Like this is just layers of legacy that Fonda Lee is exploring here in this. In the same way that Jade City, I thought, was a depiction of the Kekanese diaspora when we spent so much of the story in Hispania. So again, like it's a little bit slower. There are plenty of action scenes in this installment. I think that the balance was more there. Like there was more action, I felt, than in Jade War. Jade War, there was a lot of building to action. So when we finally got to see Andon, you know, bad, like that fight that almost killed Wen, and like the explosion that almost killed Wen and all of that shit, like there was a lot of building to that. But here there are definitely several big pieces. When I tell you that I was shook and shaken, call me a cocktail. But there were several large events that happened in Jade Legacy, but also just a lot of smaller pieces that happened. Jade Legacy does take place over an extended period of time, and I will say that y'all know, if you're a regular viewer, if you're a regular who was here before this video, you know that Monty does not fuck it. I don't fuck with it when books decide to like jump through time and give me a bunch of bullshit about how at the start of the page we're in 1 month and the bottom of the page we're in another month. And while this book, it doesn't really do that. Like it does like the normal passage of time within chapters, but usually the jumps will happen at the start of a chapter. So we'll get like, let's say it's like chapter 2. At the top it'll be like, you know, the name of the chapter, because Fonda gives her chapters names, and then it'll be before the start of the paragraph, it'll be year 6 in like 2 months or something. And, you know, we'll read some chapters in year 6, and then it'll be like year 7. So Jade Legacy covers a substantial period of time. And while I'm not normally a fan of books that jump through time, and when you watch I should have said this at the start of the video, but I did film a more spoilery vlog that I will release closer to the actual release date of the book, just because that feels, you know, appropriate. So the spoiler vlog is coming. If you're a patron, it's available now. Link to that is in the description. It's like $3 a month. But throughout the book, I was very nervous about this jumping around in time because it's not something that I typically enjoy. But I think that when we finally got to the third act and we got to see all the pieces come into play and everyone was putting their cards on the table and we were seeing how the cards were playing out, it was a true galaxy brain moment, because when I was reading it, I never didn't like it. Like, there was a part of me that's like, okay, it's like a 4.5 because, like, this is, you know, we're covering a decade, now we're covering more than a decade. Like, this feels like a very interesting choice to make. So it was a little bit of a deterrent, but the story was still cohesive enough. We were still, you know, stuff was happening. I was enjoying myself. Like I said, there was a lot of thematic things for me to enjoy, and then there were some more, you know, interpersonal messy things for me to enjoy, and then there was, like I was saying, like these action pieces that Fonda Lee can just excellent action sequences. But the third act, when I tell you that when I was reading when I was realizing what the cards were and how the cards had been arranged, and I said, now Fonda, I know you did not give, like, Fonda gives you all of the cards throughout the story. Fonda doesn't hide any of the cards. Like, if you wanted to try and, like, piece together, like, who is doing what and, like, why these things are happening, I think you could do it. I think you could piece them together. My dumb ass, I couldn't. Personally, for me, no. You, the viewer, smarter than me? Absolutely. But Fonda, so she laid out the cards. And I was thinking back on the story, and you can just, and every time there was a time skip, it all made sense. It came together, and I tell, like, an icon, a legend. She is the moment. Like Fonda Lee, they did that. They are truly on some next level. I could never. Truly could never. And so for most of the book, I was very nervous. I wasn't sure if it was going to deliver what I personally wanted it to deliver. I was not sure that this was like a well, no, let me take it back. I wasn't sure it was going to deliver what the timeline wanted the book to deliver. For Monty, it was giving me everything. You know, I was getting, like I said, theories and themes and thematic moments and interpersonal dramas and Hilo being Hilo, which I don't like, but, like, at least in this one, you definitely, I will say, I don't think this is a spoiler. The man, it takes place over an extended period of time. He's obviously older. He has children. He has matured. He is not, I'm not going to say he's never impulsive in Jade Legacy, but I do think that Hilo in this gets called on his shit just as much as he did before, but Hilo calls himself on it, and, like, he deals with it. Like, before it was, that's just who I am. But here I think Hilo's like, that's who I am, and he grew from it. So there's stuff for everybody. So I think that's really all I can say. This was a 100% gush fest, but if you have not placed a pre-order and you have the means to do so, you're going to want to do this. If you live somewhere where you can ask your library to purchase things, I would recommend that you do so. If you have a sugar daddy and you can have them purchase this for you, some way, somehow, you need to have Jade Legacy on. I mean, it's already, like, I feel it's a pretty buzzed about book, especially after last year. I know that in 2020 there was kind of a Greenbone Saga resurgence. So if there's any way possible that you were kind of on the fence, you didn't know if this was going to live up to it, I think it does. I think it is the perfect blend of everything that everyone loved about this, and I'm entirely excited to see the timeline melt down over this. And I'm almost a little bit jealous because I had to have, like, the meltdown by myself in my own head, like, not trying to ruin the experience for people. Like, there's still things about this world that I'm not truly in love with, and I talk about those more in the vlog, but I'm gonna wrap this up here so I can get this edited and have a good time. If you made it to the end of the video, let's throw this emoji down there in the comment section. I'll see you guys again soon with another video. But until then, and until next time, bye.